Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Nostalgia, the podcast where we explore the teams and the players that have shaped the game we love. We're back with another episode this week and we've moved on to a new position. I'm not going to make the same mistake as I always do when we record this. We're not doing right backs. We've already done that.
At least 2 cuts every time.
See what he's doing here. He's like ramping up to it, trying to remember.
Yes. He knows. So we're doing CDMs this time, central defensive midfielders, the first in that midfield 3 that we've gone for. We'll get to that in a little bit. Lads, how are you doing?
Doing all right. It's the weather's really starting to hit in Madrid, and it is
as you can see.
Yeah, see, I've got a little bit of burn going on. I'm dressing all summery.
Well, no, yeah, I mean, it's like I'm from California. Exactly, this is like my base, and then you guys are like, I'm tan, and you're actually quite red, actually.
I can't tell the difference between red and brown, so I can't tell if I'm burning.
Is that because you're colorblind?
That is because I'm colorblind, yeah.
That's good. Sarah, how are you getting on?
I'm good.
Yeah, we got a camera on Sarah.
We do.
A camera on Sarah.
A new feature.
Wow.
You know, not used to this.
She
like
loved it. She honestly, she pleaded for this camera so much.
Yeah. We're getting you involved.
Getting you involved.
More than I want to be. This makes it like permanent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're.
Thank you.
Oh. I can't quit now.
Before you were sort of like half in, half
You're now
out.
no longer an intern.
Well, Noah was
bump my
technically coffee today.
I was. I did go and get the coffees today.
Sorry, Eric. Didn't mean to cuss.
Give him a little shout out.
So, yes, as I said, we're doing CDMs. We'll get onto that in a little bit. Thank you for listening to all the episodes so far. We hope you've enjoyed them, whether you watched on YouTube, Spotify. I do have to say my mate in Hong Kong was listening on the bus. He wasn't on a run. So,
so your shout out was wrong.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
So, sorry, Tom. But, yes, thank you for watching and do interact with our clips. Like them, put your comments in.
Big
if you agree or if you disagree or if you think I'm right in the last episode in case he's wrong, put it down. Put it down. But yes, likes, comments, shares,
please.
send the links to your friends, to your mum, to
subscribe.
your dog, to everyone.
The comments do so much for the algorithm on everything. Please go on YouTube, just comment, please like, please follow us on TikTok. It does so much. This is our final project, and it helps massively if you go
Also,
on TikTok.
Let's go viral. Come on,
Exactly.
let's go viral.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, please like, share, comment. They all do. Commenting especially does so much for the algorithm, helps us out immensely. So if you are listening, thank you very much, and please do what you can. Thank you very much.
Send it to your mum, your gran, your dog.
Exactly, everyone will love football nostalgia.
Yeah, or your cat. Don't want to discriminate between dogs and cats.
House pets need to always be represented.
Exactly. Well, without further ado, let's get started with the central defensive midfielder position.
Cue intro music.
Cue the intro.
Casey won last time, somehow. I don't know how that happened.
He's through gritted teeth. Honestly, we've had a whole week of this, and you have not been happy.
Yeah, there's definitely been some
tension. He did a poll on his Twitter.
And guess who won?
Yeah,
Roberto Carlos.
He did a poll on his Twitter that he lost. We had...
Viviani, our classmate, did a poll on her Instagram. Roberto Carlos won again. I mean, sounds like it's pretty definitive.
I do love that he only attacks you about it, though, and not me.
Yeah, you really got out unscathed.
Yeah, I did. It's the glass wall here.
I had to cave as well. I mean, I was not happy with that.
And I think
loved that.
It's been proven that it was a good cave because everyone agreed.
Everyone has agreed. Everyone has agreed.
Anyways, let's do CDMs.
Yeah, exactly. And you are kicking us off.
Yeah, as the winner of the last episode, I will go first.
So smug.
Should we see who he's got? Casey, who have you got for us?
Well, I'm going to do a couple shout-outs because being that I had third pick today, I had a lot of guys I could have chosen from. Shout out to Xabi Alonso. I did not pick him.
Wow, you didn't pick. Oh, that's
didn't pick Xabi Alonso.
Interesting.
I think hell of a player, hell of a coach now. He was on those Spain teams. He's kind of in that iconic era of
an unbelievable midfielder.
Yeah, I mean,
so silky and similar to my player, but we'll come on to that.
In the research I was doing, there's 2 other guys who I really wanted to pick as they're significantly, like, their legendary status is. It's cemented. Ignacio Zoco and Jose Pirri. Those guys have just their appearances, their goal. Jose Piri apparently just like played like kind of like whatever position he wanted, and was just like on transfer market he's a CDM, but he could just like play forward sometimes.
I think he was in Marcos Lopez's team that he picked.
He might have been
one of his selections.
Check that out if you haven't.
Yeah.
And then Ignacio Thoko was another one of those guys with tons of appearances and tons of trophies. But my pick for today is Fernando Redondo.
Oh,
I'm glad you picked this. I'm really glad you picked it.
I was going to guess you would have gone for him, but
no, I went different. I took a bit of a risk.
Hell of a player. Fernando Redondo, also known as El Príncipe de Madrid. He is the Prince of Madrid. The fans loved him. He played 228 games for Real Madrid, nicked 5 goals, grabbed 14 assists. He is. I love this. This stat always keeps coming up in my arguments. He's in Marca's best 4-11 in Real Madrid history.
Are you only picking from Marca's best 4-11?
It's like whenever I don't get first pick, I just go to
the Marca's best 4-11, and we'll just pick from there.
Marca actually also.
In what position is he in? Is he CDM in that team?
Yeah, and then I looked at. Marca also did a readers, so that was in like 2013, 2014 or something like that. And then a few years later, they did a Marca fan pick where fans could vote in. And the midfield they had was a midfield 4, which was Zidane, Modric, Mikel, and Redondo was in the best, and that's of all time, not foreign.
Okay, that's very impressive.
Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Wow.
So twice he won La Liga. He won 2 Champions Leagues. He won a 3rd one with Milan, but we won't get into that. He won a Spanish Super Cup in the year 2000 when they won the Champions League, which was his 2nd with Real Madrid. He won the MVP of the Champions League, and then what else was it? Best player in Europe, UEFA Best Player in Europe.
Wow.
Pretty impressive.
His son now plays for Inter Miami.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
so you gotta love him. There's the American connection there.
Yeah, for sure. 6 seasons at Real Madrid. Unfortunately, as I was reading up on this, his departure from Madrid kind of coincides with like Florentino Perez coming in and the Figo affair and all that.
Yeah, had the same thing.
He brought in Mekalele, and then Redondo kind of left after that.
Another player that none of us have picked.
Also, he just doesn't have the longevity.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, he kind of another guy who revolutionized the position. Yeah,
definitely could have been any one of our picks, but
best known for the back heel he had against Manchester United in the quarterfinals. Back heel around the defender towards the byline, and then sets up a nice easy assist. Beautiful goal. And then the quote from Alex Ferguson after the game. He said, "What does this player have in his boots? A magnet?"
That's great. I love that, and I love Sir Alex. So,
if you're getting praise
from Sir Alex Ferguson, then that's high in my books.
Again, in the 2000 Champions League, when he went on to win the Champions League with Real Madrid, get UEFA Player of the Year, Best Player in Europe, and then that summer shipped out. His career, I think, without any injuries, they might have kept him around, and he might have ended up becoming one of these icons of Real Madrid, but still.
A slightly unheard of name for such a big player.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of the streets won't forget type of player.
Kind of, yeah.
Where is he from?
He is Argentinian.
Yeah, he's Argentinian.
Buenos Aires or?
Yeah, Buenos Aires. Yeah.
Very nice.
But I mean, seriously, and also a lot of the fans that we have done interviews with, you said you had the fan pick, but a lot of the fans we have interviewed have gone for Redondo, quite a few of them, especially the old boys.
Yeah, I mean, I think because of the Galacticos team in like the 1999, 2000-ish seasons, whatever, give or take a season, he was probably doing so much work as, you got Zidane and Ronaldo and Roberto Carlos just flying up the pitch, and he just has to kind of hold it.
Everything
I saw like some of the formations they were playing, and he was holding it down by himself in that CDM role, and he had Steve McManaman to play with and whoever else, but yeah, I mean, what a player, and I don't know if he's going to be our winning pick today, but this guy
I think he's got a really big shout. Big shout.
I mean, he is the prince. So
yeah. However, However,
is this your turn? Or
this is going to be my go. I'm transitioning. Do you see?
Oh my word!
I don't know if we can.
That was a great segue.
I've just seen his pick.
Yeah, I have taken a bit of a risk with my pick. He's not what we'd necessarily call an out-and-out CDM, but as he's got older, has definitely played that central defensive midfield role for Real Madrid. And my pick is Toni Kroos. So,
if he doesn't win,
I know.
Means
so
we
that's why I've taken a big risk.
Kind of like you're kind of screwing us over for whenever we get to the number 8.
Sure, you don't want to pick Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, no, but as in honestly, because there are going to be so many people down the line, and I also think that for me, I think Kroos operates so well in that holding role, and he's not necessarily all about like defending, but I think we saw in the Man City game that we just saw, I thought he was genuinely superb, did a great job of tracking Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, and also has that sort of innate ability to knowing when to step off and knowing when to dive in, take that ball and steal it away. And he's just sort of to use a Football Manager term, a deep-lying playmaker.
I mean, yeah, you pick. I don't know if you could qualify him as a regista, but like he
orchestrates the game so well.
An American football term. He just sits back there like a quarterback. He just picks out a pass, and he's just kind of sitting like in the midfield circle and just kind of picking out diagonal balls.
I think we've watched him so much this year. You just see him get the ball from deep, pick it up from Ferland Mendy or something like that, and just look up and carve a house on the opposite side of the pitch and just bang. There we go, at his feet every single time. It's
a conductor of an orchestra. Like
there
was
really
a video
is.
I saw, and it was talking about. It was one of these cool Spanish editing videos where they've done all the Spanish commentary in there. It's really cool, and it's just him. You know, you're sitting there watching it on the TV, and you're like, you have the advantage of seeing the whole pitch. He's obviously you can see it, but it's far away, and he's got that space in front of him. He's got to worry about the players behind him
as well,
and he just pings a pass across, and it's like,
just truly unbelievable. And I mean, let's go into some of the stats as well. 3 La Ligas, 4 Champions Leagues, 1 more at Bayern. I mean, that's 5 Champions League in total, but 4 with...
Could have another one this year.
Could have another one this summer. 4 Super Coppers, 3 Super Cups, 1 Copa del Rey, 5 Club World Cups. Just truly unbelievable. 457 appearances, 28 goals, 96 assists. And this one, for me, isn't necessarily about the stats. This one, we had Marcelo last week that I was like, in terms of players that I've seen that I think are genuinely the top of their game, I think Toni Kroos so embodies that. I don't think of the last 10 years there has been another midfield player as good at him as defending, attacking, creating things, set pieces as well, picking out the play, and he's such a leader in that team. He's such a professional.
So calm on the ball, really.
So calm. I mean,
dictates tempo.
Everything. We've spoken a couple of times on this podcast about Grandeza, and Toni Kroos just embodies everything about Real Madrid. And I just think I know it's a bit of a risk to put him up against some absolute legends here, but I think he almost has to be in this team, and I think this is the perfect place to put him. We've gone for an attacking defence already, so we might as well keep that going.
Yeah.
A quick, just complete, almost unrelated fun fact. Okay. He had when he was at Bayern, he had made a deal with David Moyes to go to Man United. Mm-hmm. It was all done, all agreed. Wow. And then David Moyes got sacked, and Louis van Gaal came in.
Wow.
And he decided to go to Real Madrid instead.
Isn't this the second time we've heard of... Who was the other one?
It was Keylor Navas was supposed to go in a swap deal with David De Gea. Uh-huh. But that's amazing that you think that if David Moyes hadn't been sacked, then Toni Kroos would be at Manchester United.
Manchester United.
We would have never heard from him again.
No, but honestly, he's so good that...
They might have saved them.
They might have saved them.
Yeah.
I think, not necessarily... because obviously his natural position throughout his career has been more of a
8.
Yeah. I think you could probably class him in terms of that more attacking role in the sort of central midfield. You could probably say he's up there in maybe one of the top 5 defenders to ever play. Sorry, top 5 midfielders to ever play the game.
I really think
no matter Real Madrid, anyone.
But I think he has a big shout. I mean, when we talk about top 5 players, not just Real Madrid of all time, you get Xavi, Iniesta, Modric, players all like that. And Kroos absolutely has his name in there as well.
He's fantastic.
I think
World Cup winner as well, of course.
Back for the Germany squad as well.
As far as this podcast goes and trying to create an 11, it's hard to find a place to get Toni Kroos into the team because of how many legends there are.
Mm-hmm.
It's I mean, you don't want to put him up against Zidane. You don't want to put him up against, Modric. This might be the best spot for him. However, I might have concerns about his holding abilities.
He's done it so well this year for
But like you
Real
said,
Madrid.
He's not, but they also have Kamavinga who can kind of sit deeper.
Of course, but like he's helped out by people like that. But if we're going to get technical with it, in our team, you'd have people like Sergio Ramos and Fernando Hierro who are so quick and so good at covering that you're able to have that bit of a gap because they step up so well, can take that ball. And Toni Kroos as well. There's been a lot of times Tchouaméni's had to play in defence, and you have that sort of...
He's done it brilliantly as well.
He's done a great job. So when Hierro in our team would...
I want to like simulate.
I know. I really want to see.
Should we at the end of this
simulator
put a FIFA with all the players?
We're going to have to figure out some way to do something. But yeah, you have Hierro stepping up, playing with the ball, setting it off to Kroos, who then just clears it out and sets the whole attack going.
Yeah.
And everything, he's that one cog that everything ticks.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to have to hear from Alex first, but he is, like you said, one of the best midfielders to ever play the game. And if we don't put him in, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. But
we could put him on the bench.
I was saying to Sarah, like if we had a tie on points, and we needed to settle it like a super sub episode.
We definitely could. Yeah. We definitely could. But who knows? Maybe we'll have some runaway winners. Alex is still yet to win an episode.
For a reminder, 3
yet
points.
To win an episode.
3 points, 2 points to me, 0 to Alex.
Decide on a forfeit.
Yeah, we're still deciding on forfeit.
Yeah,
it will be brutal though.
The closer Alex is to this forfeit, the more he's going to complain about what
if it is nails, I do have to make an appointment. So
yeah, I'd love to see this 6'9" man with a full set of acrylic nails and stuff like that.
Anyways,
I'd look quite good
but
in them.
who knows?
Alex,
today
by
could
the way.
be the day.
Yeah, get you on the board. What do you got?
Yes, I've gone for a certain player, Brazilian, who now plays for Manchester United, and I think his natural position is a central defensive midfielder, and it is Casemiro. I apologise if that's not the correct pronunciation. But yes, Casemiro, 336 appearances for Real Madrid, 31 goals, 29 assists. I think those two stats probably... I guess means it shows how
more goals than mine. Yeah,
I just think in general generally when you think of a player like Casemiro, he is more of a deep lying player rather than a playmaker. He has the ability to move into that final third, but he takes the word defensive midfielder quite literally.
Yeah.
5
Enforcer.
Yeah. 5 Champions Leagues, 3 Club World Cups, 3 La Ligas, 3 UEFA Super Cups, 1 Copa del Rey, 3 Spanish Super Cups. Those are a list that's quite an impressive.
How many Champions Leagues?
5 Champions League.
I mean,
it's funny because when we all do our stats for this part, it's every Real Madrid legends just 5 Champions League, 3 Super Copas.
Sometimes it gets brushed over how impressive.
I don't even think about it anymore.
Yeah, that is so unbelievable.
He's obviously part of that famous Zidane team.
Yeah.
Arguably the best Real Madrid team ever. Arguably, I didn't say it is.
Also, when you say Zidane team. The first thing I think of is the Galacticos.
Okay, I'm talking about him as a manager.
I figured that, but yeah.
So yeah, I think for when I think of Casemiro, I think of his off-the-ball work mostly. I think his ability to spot the run of an attacker or to squeeze that space and to not allow strikers to sit in front of the defence. To help that and give that added layer, as you said, like an enforcer. His passing is fantastic. I think he really has a vision to see the perfect pass, and generally I think he's really good going forward. But I think his defensive ability is just
there's a brutality to it as well that
you like.
That I really like. I mean, my cut on my leg from playing on AstroTurf and sliding around is only just healing now. So I mean,
you mean your legs hurt? My legs hurt too.
Why
did
is
you do
that?
legs?
I did legs yesterday.
Wow.
If I have to hear you talk about your gym day one more time, I swear to God.
If you did legs and didn't talk about it, you didn't actually
6
do legs.
times in one day. You want to talk about it?
Can I
I'm
ask?
getting to double digits.
Can I ask an important question? Because I know Noah went to the gym and he listened to the podcast. What did you listen to in the gym, Casey?
Ooh, I mean, I have a workout playlist.
What did you listen to? Oh, you didn't listen to
You
the
didn't
podcast?
listen to the
Oh, you
podcast.
didn't listen to the
Yeah.
podcast. Yeah, I mean, slightly.
But I listened to it like
slightly-
another time. I don't need to because I
know,
watch
exactly.
it. I like
slightly self-centered of me. I was listening to my own voice whilst in the gym.
You're just like, God, I don't even want to picture that.
Literally going, there we go. Need that last set. There we go.
So
This
I
is my
really
great
agree
football.
with what that bloke's saying.
Exactly.
He knows his stuff.
Yikes.
That's so on
Um,
brand.
Yes.
Kind of is.
So no.
so
Anyways,
rude,
but yeah,
honestly.
let's
Getting
Be
back
honest.
to
What was one of those? What happened when Casemiro won that tournament against one of the Zidane years? It was in
I
Paris,
know
I
where he's
think.
going.
It was in Paris.
oh
Who did
yes,
they beat?
2018. They beat. I think it was an English team.
See, you've got a camera on you now, so that glare,
Yeah.
that scowl,
That
you
glare
are
is
giving to
going
me
in the
is
edit.
going
It's
into
a
the edit
scowl.
because
Because I edit this.
no, that's got to go in the edit because I want people to see the look that I generally get burnt into the back of my head.
Yeah.
Side of your head.
So yes, going back just to sort of finalise my Casemiro points. You know, I think he really embodies the sense of a defensive midfielder. He, you know, sits in front of the defence, and he's just, you feel safe when he's playing. He's brilliant defensively at cutting off the space, you know, stopping the run, making those tackles, and you know, to be honest, he gets a lot of stick at United, but I still think he's one of United's best players.
Last year he is the reason United finished fourth.
Yeah.
He was unbelievably good.
Yeah.
He is, you know, perhaps I think still one of United's best players. You know, obviously
On his day.
he does get a lot of stick, but I think his Real Madrid years, he was just amazing. You know, his defensive abilities are second to none, really. And I struggle to think of a defensive midfielder who's played for Real Madrid whose abilities in that position are better.
Yeah, I heard a cool story one time about why he chose to play defensive midfielder. I don't know if you guys ever heard this one.
No.
He
Is this when he was like growing up?
Yeah, he was young, and they're like, all right, like, kind of separate by position, strikers over here, whatever, wingers, defenders, CDMs, whatever. And he went with the strikers initially, and no one went to the CDM spot. And he's like, oh, the best chance I have to make this team, I'm switching to CDM.
Wow.
And the rest
And
is
that's
history.
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, there you have
But he
it.
started out as a striker.
That's the sort of determination.
Yeah.
That's a good mentality
Yeah,
right there.
exactly. Yeah.
But as far as who's going to get into the team goes,
This is going to
I
be
mean,
difficult.
look, I think this is going to come down to Sarah and I here.
I already have like my favorite.
Well,
but
so I
can be-
came into this. I didn't know who either of you guys had, and I was like, I think I want Cruz in this team. However, because the way our team is built, so attacking, we kind of need this type of Casemiro type of guy. However, if it is the best 11, then it should be Cruz. But
As a
Casemiro makes
defense-
more sense.
As a defensive midfielder, though, I'd say Casemiro is better than
But
Cruz.
they're going to be, yeah, for sure. As a
I think I
as a
know
defensive
Cruz has
midfielder.
that brilliant attacking, you know, mentality, and going forward, he's fantastic.
Yeah,
If I'm picking who's better at central defensive midfielder position, it's Casemiro every day of the week.
yeah, 100%. I agree with you. However, it is like a hypothetical, and like if we're going to be playing attacking and possession football, like you kind of want Cruz in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think Toni Kroos. You know, this is difficult because I was generally torn between picking Casemiro and Toni Kroos. My first pick was actually going to be Casemiro, but then I chose Toni Kroos in the end, and because similar with the Marcelo thing, when I would watch that sort of Zidane team, and I get its recency bias and all that, we've spoken about that, but I did think Casemiro was one of, if like the most important player in that Real Madrid team. Maybe because I have a sort of like more defensive love for the
soft
sort of
spot, yeah.
defensive sort of thing. That's why I notice players like Marcelo and Casemiro more and appreciate more like, God, that's so amazing
Have
what
you
they
ever thought
do.
of being a scout?
Well,
Scout, coach,
What's
where
gonna-
we've got some videos of us on the side of us, the Alfredo Stefano, living my football manager dream.
Just quickly though,
so
you do
embarrassing.
say about, you know, looking at him and seeing a defensive player. Going forward, I still think he offers a
He
brilliant
did bomb forward.
transition.
Yeah,
I think
big
the
goals.
link from both defence to midfield and defence to attack, he's that.
Yeah,
He's
he can do
you're
both
looking
better
for a
than-
perfect circular key to go in that hole. He's there. You know, his passing is fantastic. His link play to the final third is just brilliant, and the way he, you know, obviously you have brilliant attacking midfielders in front of you. It allows them to go forward and not have to
kinda
worry about
unlocks
tracking back.
them a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he's just the safeguarding behind, but he can also go forward and offer that, you know, just on the edge of the box.
I feel like I'm a broken record here, but it's like if you had a best players of Real Madrid list of all time, Toni Kroos is higher than Casemiro is. But for this team, like you said, he fits
and for this position as well.
The position, yeah. Like you want to make room for Kroos, but I don't know if I haven't decided yet.
Yeah,
my heart still wants me to pick Kroos.
I really understand the Casemiro thing. I'm just not 100% set on Toni Kroos losing his spot in the team yet.
I don't think we can just pick Kroos because we want him in the team.
I do kind
this position,
of agree.
Casemiro
That is
And
kind of
also,
the-
I don't want to be sort of hoisted by my own petard, but
You're on what?
hoisted by my own petard. It's like it's a phrase of sort of like not falling on my own sword, but being outdone by my own argument, kind of thing.
All right.
Shakespeare.
Vocab lesson of the day.
Arrogant.
It's
You learn something new every day with this podcast.
but I said that obviously we've got such an attacking team already with our defence that I mean Danny Carvajal is only the only real sort of like defender that we've got in our team so far. That maybe having a proper anchor
Yeah,
is the way to do it.
I think also generally you look at it position-wise, he's better than Kroos at that position.
at this position, yes.
He is the best centre defensive midfielder Real Madrid have ever had. You know, I think
Yeah,
I would find it hard to someone in that position to find someone better than him.
Inigo toca, pero.
I know we obviously want Kroos in this team, but at this position and who we're arguing who is better at this position, I think you have to go with Casemiro.
Yeah, I think the question is, and like I think the answer is yes because we came into this episode with CDM in mind.
Yeah.
It's like we're not playing a flat
Well,
three.
It's a loose general.
Like
See, this is what I say. If it was a flat three, I would have gone with someone like a Modric or
Right.
a Zidane or someone like that. Obviously, he maybe plays a bit further
stick
forward.
around
We
for
did.
next episode.
Yeah, we did want an anchor. Oh, I think I know what my decision is, and I think I don't like it.
wait. Okay, before Sada, where are you at here?
Yeah, where are you at?
I don't know if I'm Team Toni Kroos. If I'm honest. So that's why I didn't want to say I didn't want to split the
So
vote.
right.
But I think there's a certain calmness about what he brings to the team and what he can bring to the midfield. Because if I know what midfielders you guys are probably going to put in front of them, I don't know. I think he brings something that I don't think we can afford to lose.
I think
it would be sick if you had Toni Kroos and
yeah.
ZZ and
Yeah.
MC.
Yeah,
or
it's
LM.
just the stability there,
I-
and
I
I know
honestly-
it's not defensively, but
I am almost certain that both of those players don't get into the team.
Both
One
of
of them probably will.
You
but
think
both-
because they're going to be
both-
playing the same team or same position?
No, I think there are other.
I
I think
think-
you're forgetting other players.
In terms of my,
You think Luka Modric and Zidane are not going to make only one of them?
I think one of them doesn't make. the
Zidane's
team.
making this.
I
team.
honestly
that's
don't.
next week. Guys.
I don't
That's
even know.
next week.
But yeah, I know.
That's
I'm sorry, we're getting
next week.
distracted. But
new episode
Are you
already.
going to pick Mesut Ozil over him? Di
no,
Maria?
definitely not. We'll come to that. We'll come
He's
to that.
thinking older. He's thinking.
I am thinking
He's
older.
thinking way
Oh,
further.
Di Stefano or something.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of your argument for Kroos, I'm not going to deny he's a fantastic player. But in terms of the position we're talking about, CDM, who's better, who performs the position in a higher way. I don't know if that's the right way of saying it in English. It's not. But if you're looking at including, I know we want to include Toni Kroos in this team, we can't pick him over Casemiro purely because we want him in this team. And I know that's not your only. I know that's not your only argument, but I'm saying in terms of a natural for this position, not only is he unbelievable defensively, perhaps the best in that position ever. Perhaps.
Big shout.
Not just Real Madrid.
There's a bloke who was at Barcelona who
Yeah.
probably has a
Yes,
shout for
yeah.
that,
I'm
but
saying perhaps. He I'm not saying he is, but he's in that conversation. He's not only unbelievable defensively, but going forward, he offers that added edge as well. I just think that pips him in terms of Toni Kroos. On their day, if you're picking, I need someone for a central midfielder role, you pick Kroos. But if you're picking for this role, I think you pick Casemiro.
I think we said at the start that we weren't going to do it like a sort of FIFA best 11 thing.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, if we did say that.
So I think we got to stick to our word.
So congratulations on getting your first point.
I think so. I think unfortunately, and I'm
has-
upset that I've risked.
You didn't fight nearly hard enough.
Yeah,
and I'm
you-
so
I
disappointed.
know, but
because I needed you to carry this.
Yeah,
You
but as
just
in-
didn't.
You just kind of.
You just
Oh.
oh.
Slight technical issue
That's
there.
my camera.
No, that's all right. It's
You
fine.
upset me by not getting the player I wanted, and you dropped
know
the
if-
camera.
No one. No one.
This
heard
has
my-
gone to shambles. at the
Yeah,
end.
but while we're in shambles, no one heard my joke. I called Alex the Sun because he's big and has a yellow shirt on.
I thought you were saying because he asks terrible questions, but
What?
What does that have to do?
Oh,
No,
you
no,
spoke
we
to
don't.
it.
We
No,
don't
we
use
don't
the name.
talk
Yeah, we
about
don't use
that.
the name of
We
that.
don't talk about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, can you
entity on
please
the-
bleep the name in the
yeah.
edit?
Yeah, can you
I'm
actually
actually
bleep it
actually
out?
bleep
That
the
is
name
actually
in
more
the edit.
clever than I thought it would be.
you saying
But
I'm
yes.
not capable.
Okay,
Clever.
fine.
I don't.
You know what? I understand. I probably should have fought
A
harder.
lot harder.
However, I do think we have to stick to. We said central defensive midfielder. I was taking a bit of a risk.
Just
with
make sure the
this.
graphic is like he's deep.
He's
you know?
deep. Yeah, he's deep in the He's the deep.
I'll make it very
Because the way I'm
specific.
I mean, it's like, you got your
Yeah.
C
You got a proper anchor.
versus if it was like 2 and then 1 as like the forward 10.
But I think we're ready for the official announcent.
This is I don't know how to do this.
Big
with
moment
you.
for the
It's a
podcast.
new one.
Exactly. This is a big
Big
moment.
moment.
Yeah.
First
yeah.
Look
point.
how happy he is.
Look at it. I've never seen him smile
First
like
point.
that. He's matching his shirt today. With the vibes. Our official announcement. So our central defensive midfielder is Casemiro, which means that Alex has won his very first podcast episode on
I'm coming
episode
for you.
number.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tony Cruz, if you're watching this, I'm sorry.
I'm so
sorry.
sorry. Honestly.
However you say sorry in German.
Sorry.
Your impression of sorry in German.
Entschuldigung, by the way.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Entschuldigung, Tony.
I'm like 90% certain.
Oh no, it's Entschuldigung. Yeah.
There we go.
Dankeschön.
Great.
You're welcome.
There you have it. Casemiro is, according to this podcast, the best central defensive midfielder that Real Madrid have ever had.
Central
Defensive
defensive.
midfield.
Yes,
player.
emphasis on defensive.
It's only going to get tougher now.
It is.
Yeah.
So, well, if you agreed.
I actually I want to get into like next
The next
week
week,
because
yeah,
I'm like
I
I'm
know.
like kind of
So
I
who
know,
have you
we-
picked for your centre midfielder?
That draft is going to be.
Oh,
Chaos.
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 Like-
I may have a panic attack or a heart attack.
I may have a panic attack. All three of you text me at the exact same time, and I have to break 2 hearts immediately.
yeah, you really make enemies in your position. I was
Are we enemies?
no, but for a little bit we were.
I was unaware, but okay. It's
So
not my fault.
yes, if
That's my
you
Sarah impression. Sarah impression.
Oh,
Got her name wrong.
Now
Brilliant.
you're back enemies. If you agreed with us, do
Like,
subscribe, put
comment,
it in the
please,
comments. If you
please,
agree,
please,
even if you
please.
agreed with us when you think Casemiro's the best,
yes.
say, yep, brilliant choice, Alex. You should have got the
Even
Marcelo
just an
pick.
emoji, anything. Yeah. Even just an emoji,
You've been robbed.
anything in the comments, please, especially on the YouTube, and especially please go follow the TikTok, like it, share it, comment on the TikTok. That algorithm, if you comment on that, it'll help us so much.
And most
Same with
importantly,
Instagram.
if you disagree, put it in
Yes,
the comments.
yes. Tell us we're
Say
wrong,
you think,
please.
Alex, you're wrong. I know that's a weird
Should've
thing
been
to say,
Fernando Redondo.
but it should have been Redondo. It should have been Tony Cruz. It should have been someone else. Have we missed someone out? But yes, thank you very much for listening.
Did Coaster?
Yes.
No, yeah.
Oh, thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome.
So, available.
as if it's like we're selling
Yeah,
these
we
things.
said-
I mean,
I don't know. You said you
No.
wanted to
Available
show
if
it
you
on
just
pod.
ask.
Yeah, if you
if you
want
want one, ask me or Noah or Kate. Well, ask me because I have all
We're
of
gonna
them.
pass them around some bars.
Yes.
Like, keep an eye out on the socials for where we pass them
If
out.
you, what was the
100%.
name of the bar?
Collector's item.
La
drop-
Bodega.
La
Oh,
Bodega.
that one.
If you're ever near the Bernabeu and you're looking for a pre-match, post-match beer, La Bodega is near Gate D. It's on that sort of street where they sell all the sweets. Go in there. You might find
Nice.
one of these. And if you turn it over, unless it's already like this, scan this QR code. It will take you to our Instagram, which will have clips of us talking. It will also have in the bio a little link tree. Click on that and you can find our Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, everything.
And
So-
our Instagram and TikTok has so much other content that Sarah works so hard on to edit, and we all work so hard on to
Yes.
create, write, pitch, everything. So please, I can't explain how much it'll help us.
Yeah.
Please.
And I don't want to hijack the pod again, but Tom did ask me to send him one out to Hong Kong. I'll try.
You can pay for shipping.
Yes. Tom, do you want to pay for shipping? This
Yeah.
will be
Literally
with you.
one.
Yeah.
We can send him 5. Maybe.
Yeah, I'll send you a few. You hand them out at the Hong Kong Cricket Club. This will be there in about
cool.
7 months. So, yeah.
Can
There
I
we
hand
go.
these out at my brother's wedding?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
give
Might
them
do
out.
that.
Say,
Keep 'em in my
if
purse,
someone's looking
just-
bored at the back, just be like,
check this
put an
out.
AirPod in, have a listen. Yes, thank you very much for listening.
Thank you for listening.
We've been Football Nostalgia. Next week, join us for our next episode where we will be choosing our first of 2 central midfielders.
That's going to be intense.
That's all
We're
from
going
us.
for a number 8 here, right?
It's gonna be
I mean,
war.
yeah, they can be a bit more. We've got a defensive midfield player now. They can be slightly more attacking.
Yeah. So
This is
thank
going to get
you.
tense.
gonna be war.
This is going to be wild.
Thank you, Casey.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Noah.
Thank you very much, Alex.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks, guys.
And
Cheers.
thank you for listening.
Give Sarah some love for her camera
Yes.
as well.
Oh,
So
well, we'll
loads
see
of
if
comments
this
and
makes
stuff.
the cut. I don't know.
It definitely will make the cut.
Now that you've talked about it so much, I was hoping
It
you
has
wouldn't.
to. That's
so now
why we did
has
it.
to be
It
in
has
there.
to be in it. Okay, amazing.
Thank you for listening to the Football Nostalgia Pod. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye-bye.